Hey everybody, it's Michael from ReplicaAirguns.com with another AEG 6mm Airsoft tabletop review. Today we're looking at the ASG Scorpion VZ61, and again it's an AEG 6mm Airsoft gun. Now I haven't done my field test or shooting video for this gun, but that will be coming shortly. As soon as I get a little bit nicer weather, I'll get outside and do some more field test shooting reviews for you guys. This AEG Airsoft gun is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store. Let's get right into the specifications. This airsoft gun shoots 6mm plastic BBs. It is an AEG, so it's an electric gun. It is semi and full auto selectable, and this version is made for Canada law, so it shoots at 360 plus FPS. It also has a 58 round magazine. It weighs in at 2.7 pounds or 1,220 grams. Has an overall open length of 20.6 inches, which is 522 centimeters. Has a closed length of 10.6 inches, which is 270 millimeters. It's also made out of a fair amount of metal with some nylon materials in it as well. And this is distributed and licensed by ASG, made in PRC, so that would be People's Republic of China. So let's compare it to a couple other guns real quick. You may remember my T-Rex, done some shooting videos, tabletop video for this Russian-made, basically machine gun, machine pistol. Similar fold-up stock, sort of folds up and around as the Scorpion. Same approximate size as the Scorpion. Kind of hard to tell because it's over top, but they're about the same size. Russian-made T-Rex here. So check out that video. Very cool gun. Hard to get here in Canada, hard to import into North America in general. A lot of similar parts you'd find on the actual real Russian Scorpion, or sorry, Russian T-Rex. Alright, one more gun I'll show you quickly. We have the ASG MP9. Basically it's a B&T licensed airsoft gun. This is a blowback, so this uses actually gas, has a blowback action. Okay, so you have the cock charging handle. There's no, basically there's no BBs in it, so it's not going to close. But it is a blowback action. B&T MP9 licensed airsoft, basically subcompact pistol type thing, or some subcompact gun pistol. This one has a fold out stock, so slightly different. You can see that here, focus, right? So it folds out like that. So make sure to check out that review. This is a little bit bigger, but not crazy bigger, but definitely a little bigger in design. Alright, it does obviously come in a box. I'll try and show you on screen as much as possible. There's only so much screen real estate I have here that I can show you, but you do have your Scorpion VZ61. Sorry, I just can barely get it in screen here, hitting my tripod. Battery and charger included, silencer adapter included. Show you that in a bit. You know, you can see actually here, that'll focus. Let's see that it's actually been configured here to shoot at basically 366 FPS with 0.20 gram BBs, legal for Canadian market. Other specifications as well, 0.7 joules. Now these specifications here might be for other markets because that 0.7 joules is pretty low. 58 rounds, 6mm. There's the weight and length. Inside the box, you of course get your manual, right? We'll just take a quick look at that. Okay. Obviously, don't shoot yourself in the face, all that crazy warning stuff, and then you get into operation stuff on this page, how to shoot it and use the safety and selectors, how to load it, how to load the batteries, right, how to clean it a little bit perhaps, right. Inside the box you do get a charger, so this guy here for the battery just sort of pops in and you can charge it, right? Okay, so it's definitely a charger you need for this style of battery. It's not your typical airsoft battery and charger, so you need to have both, right? They're not your standard ones you're going to find in a lot of other airsoft guns. Keep that in mind. You do also get, basically this is the silencer piece right here that you can screw on. It replaces this piece right here, so it replaces this piece. You can add a silencer if you want. This Allen key is actually to attach the rail. Okay, it fits in there. You can attach this rail. When I got it, it wasn't on. The rail wasn't on, so I added it to it. So So if you want that sort of more classic Scorpion look, you don't want to have a rail on it, then you can easily take that off if you want to, once it focuses here. There we go. Okay. Also have a little barrel cover here. When the gun isn't in use, you can cover your barrel up with this guy. Let people know that it's unarmed and are unloaded. And then we also have some BBs. These guys are 0.20 gram, 200 of them. Alright, I'm going to put, right away I'm going to put this battery in. I just wanted to show you the battery. Now I've charged it up a little bit here, so hopefully we've charged it up enough to basically put that in. You just turn this, right? See how that goes in and out? Put the back in first and then pop it in. Alright, so that should be safe. We do have a charging handle, but it's not necessary. I don't believe in an AEG. So that's semi-auto, full auto. I just lost my cover. I have a feeling I didn't quite get it on there all the way, so let's put that back on. So be warned, cover needs to be on all the way. So it goes this way, and then that goes in like that. So hopefully I got it this time. Let's find out. Yeah, it didn't come off that time. Pretty cool. So not a super high voltage battery. You can tell because there's a bit of a delay from the time you pull the trigger to the time the plunger comes back, right, and forward and fires a BB. Probably going to want to shoot this gun in full auto, just do some bursts and things like that. Alright, so at this point I'm going to do a little bit of a walk around. We'll show you around this little airsoft gun here. So again, selector, safe, full auto, magazine release. Okay, let's take a look at that magazine. Obviously you have the adjustment there for the spring, right? Your BBs go in there. Basically you'd use a speed loader for this guy. Oh, we do have a door. Sorry, my mistake. There's a door to put the BBs in. Makes it a lot easier, and then they would come up the top, of course. Okay, so put that back in. Okay, again, I've added this rail. We do have our bolt here, charging handle, charging bolts, whatever you want to call them. Now, this is all metal here. Selector's all metal. This is all metal. Pin's metal. Even this bottom portion here is metal. Trigger guard is metal. Trigger is metal. Magazine is plastic. The rail is plastic. These bolts are metal. Right? Even the barrel is metal. It does come off. And I believe, yeah, the sights, front sight is metal. Okay. The sling, or sorry, not the sling. The folding handle, or sorry, folding stock, I'll get it right, is metal as well. Okay, you just squeeze it, basically squeeze it once it's in the outward position, pinch it a little bit, folds back in right there, and just give it a push. It'll go in those tracks. The rear sight is adjustable. You sort of have two positions for different elevations if you want to shoot a little closer or further out. Okay, all of this, you can see you've got your hop up in there, okay, for adjusting it. Plastic grips, again, there's your battery cover. Again, that's all metal. Okay, let's take another look at this, or look at this side here. Again, all metal in here. We've got our ASG caliber. We have a serial number. All metal parts throughout here. Really nice looking gun. Not really sure what this part would be. Doesn't seem to move or anything. Probably on the real Scorpion. Didn't really show that. So there's the Scorpion licensing there. Okay. Alright, let's get into some of the pros and the cons. Again, I can't really talk too much about the performance. We'll see, it should shoot a little hotter than the average non-Canadian imported Scorpion, but we'll see when I actually do my chronograph test. We'll be using 0.20 gram BBs for that. We'll be shooting through the chronograph, and I'll shoot from 30 feet back, see what kind of accuracy we get in both semi and full auto when I do that test for you guys. Alright, getting back to some of the pros, lots of metal parts. It has a good overall weight for such a small gun. Good weight and feel to it. And again, it's semi and full auto selectable. I have a feeling you're going to want to shoot this gun in full auto just because there's that little bit of trigger delay since it has a low voltage battery on it. It does come with the battery and charger, which is nice. It also comes with the rail attachment for adding on accessories. It does have the built-in metal folding stock if you want to shoulder this weapon when you're firing it. It also has an adjustable rear metal sight. By the way, the front sight is metal too. And it has a working charging handle. It's also Scorpion VZ61 licensed through ASG. Alright, some of the cons. There isn't really any blowback, so you're not going to feel too much kick with this gun at all. You don't see the bolt open and close at all. There's really no blowback action. But you do feel a little back and forth movement from the plunger inside. Now, because it uses its own style battery and charger, it might be a little harder to find them. They're not going to be your standard charging system or batteries that you'd find for a lot of other airsoft AEG guns. Now, I did want to mention when you fold that stock out and shoulder it, the sights are pretty low down there, so you got to really scrunch your face down and bend your neck in a weird position to see the sights properly. But it is possible, it's just not really comfortable. Now, this gun is made in the People's Republic of China. That said, it does seem pretty well made in general. Now, if you're interested in buying this ASG Scorpion VZ61 AEG 6mm Airsoft gun, we do have it in our Canada Replica Airgun store in the ASG section. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Also, over on my website, I'll have a link to a written article where I'll have links to buy this gun in Canada as well. I'll also have additional photos there for you to check out, some nice detailed high-res artsy photos that I'll be shooting myself so you can see this gun in detail. And of course, my written article with some specifications and my thoughts on this tabletop review for this pistol. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also, come on down to ReplicaAirguns.com. Check out our other reviews and articles. And of course, our Canada and US online stores where we sell airguns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, knives, and accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.